So just a quick video on how I make a turkey using sous vide to cook the turkey part way and then put it in the oven to finish cooking it. And what I'm using here, we have just a turkey breast. They just chop the drumsticks off, and this is 10-pound turkey, if you can read the tag. And this little pot here is for putting the water in for my sous vide. I use the Jewel sous vide. And I'm going to take the turkey out and put it in this hefty Ziploc bag, which is 2.5 gallon size. These are like $2 or $3 for 10 of them, I think. So if you don't have that, you can use just a oven bag. You might even just be able to throw it in the bag that it comes in. I don't know. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pull it out and use this, as I said. So let me go get this prepped and in the bag and add some water and get it cooking. Just going to put some salt and pepper and some probably just Italian, some spices like oregano on the turkey. So dry it off. We got the bird rinsed off and dried off. Put some olive oil from Jerusalem, hand pressed olive oil from Jerusalem, which is very delicious. My wife brought back from her trip there to Israel. And salt and pepper and just some spices, just Italian seasoning, a little bit. Popped it in the bag, and now we're going to put some water in the container, and then press the air out, and we'll close it up and then put it on the sous vide. I got the bag in there. We got most of the air out. There's still a little bit of air. I'll try to work that out a little bit, but so we'll place in the little sous vide heater in, clip it on the container, and then I'll go turn it on. Let's start heating up the water, and then I'll get the rest of that air out. So here's the app, and I'm just going to heat it up to 120 degrees. Set the water temp at 120 degrees and let it run a couple hours. And the reason I did this is it takes forever for the turkey to thaw in my fridge. Even though I had it in a drawer that was at like 43 degrees, I think, for a week, and it still had ice chunks in it. So maybe the temp's off in the thermometer. Anyway, so start 120. Start. You set a timer for 2 hours. Set timer. And that's it. So now, just work a little bit more of this air out. And you can put a weight in there if you really want to get everything under, like there's still a little bit sticking up here. But this is really, I would just want to cook the meat, or not cook it, but just warm it up. And then I'll put it in the oven and let that, use the thermometer and cook it to 160 in the center, and then eat it. That works pretty good. So that's the plan. We'll see you in 2 hours. It's been about 2 hours, and this is looking a little warmed up. So stopping it and leave that in the water, and then I can pull the turkey out and get it set to go in the oven, and I'll show you that in a minute. I just put a little more spices, put a couple dabs of butter under the, pull the skin back and just put some butter in, as you can see. Put the thermometer in, plugged her in, and now just scoot that dude in there. Make sure that's not on anything. Close the door. And then turn it on. Precision cooking. Meats. I think it's here. Whole turkey. This is whole turkey. It was 10 pounds, so less than that. We got, I think, yeah, we're down low. Next, fully insert the probe into turkey breast, no touching bone, connect probe down. No preheat required, but it's a little bit heated because it's cooking. probably 200 something degrees still, actually. But this is going to show, I think this will show the probe temperature. Yeah, so the meat from being in the sous vide heated up to 101. I had it set at 120, had it in there for almost 2 hours. And yeah, so it was actually, there were chunks of ice in it still, so it's partially cooked now. And when this gets to 160, actually, I could just set the temp at 160. I think it sets the oven for 350, and then when the thermometer reaches 170, it shuts it off. But we're going to shut her off at 160, so we'll come back and check. It's been about an hour and a half, and this is 160, and that's what it looks like. Oh, it's hot. Hot, hot, hot. So let's take a look at it. It looks pretty good to me. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop it and then pull it out, let it rest a little bit, and then eat it. So here's the turkey that is just carved up, and it's very tender and juicy. And the rest of the food. My wife. And the outside.
Hello.